What's up guys, welcome back to my channel Swazi in Kenya Beyond Borders with Salem. So guys, today I want to do an exciting video. I've been thinking of a video about culture shocks or things that have shocked me as a Swazi living in Kenya. So there's quite different things that are here in Kenya that we don't have in my country. And I've just written down some of the few things that I've seen with the time that I've been here, and I've compared, and then I just want to share all of these things with you guys. Number one is the mode of transport. As you can see that tuk-tuk that has just passed, we don't have that in Swaziland. So that's one culture shock that I face, the mode of transport. In Kenya they have different types of mode of transport. They have the tuk-tuk that has just passed. They have piki-piki, which is a motorbike. There's one passing already. In fact, you cannot miss a piki-piki or a tuk-tuk in areas where the estate is quite busy. And then the kind of matatus that they have. I will turn the camera and show them this matatu. You see the bus behind me? This one is different to what we have. So when I first saw these buses, to me it was like, wow, what kind of bus is this? It's small, it's like, in fact, sorry about the noise. In fact, it looks like a van. Some of us call this kind of buses vans. So we don't have this type of matatus in my country. That's one thing that really shocked me. And then with the piki-pikis, one thing that they do is the convenience. If you don't have a car and you have to go into the interiors, these things really helped you. So we don't have those things. For us, we usually walk long distances before you can even get a matatu if it's in the interiors. And then another thing that shocked me here in Kenya is that there are butcheries everywhere, you guys. Just behind me, I don't even have to go far. Just behind me there's one. In fact, if you just step out of the house, you will find one around the corner. You walk just a shorter distance, there's another one around the next corner. So I think it's a culture that, I don't know if Kenyans eat a lot of meat. There are butcheries everywhere. You guys, let me know if you guys eat so much meat such that there's a butchery here, there's a butchery. For us, the only place you can buy meat is in a butchery, not this kind where they hang meat, yeah? It's in a freezer, in a fridge where you cannot even easily see the meat. You have to open it, or somebody, the attendant, the shop attendant has to be the one to help you, with the meat that you want. And then only also in supermarkets, not in open areas where it's just hung like what they have done over there. And then or still on meat and butcheries, one other thing that really shocked me is the fact that even if you have a small amount of 50 Kenya shillings, like 50 bob, 50 bob hivi, unaweza katua nyama, you can be sold meat for that amount of money. Forget it in Swaziland. It's either a kilogram of meat, it's either a bag or a sack. That's the way that they sell it. There's no way you can ask for meat for 250. No, they won't do that to you. And then one other thing that I've seen here in Kenya that shocks me even today is the diversity in fruits, the types of food that they have. For us, we don't have a lot of variety. For example, you can find a family eating ugali and nyama for the whole week, every day of the week. Maybe they can be substituting with rice, very little spaghettis and things like that. But in Kenya, they have gederis, they have mukimo, and on gederi, one other thing that's shocking is gederi. You guys, if you don't know what gederi is, it's a type of meal that is boiled maize and boiled beans. They are combined together and you eat that as a meal. So if you are fancy enough, you can have it with your potatoes, onions, waru, what do you call it? Nyanya, tomatoes, meat, and make it fancy. But in most cases it's just boiled beans and maize. It can either be dry maize or green millet. That thing, you guys, if you are not used to it, I swear to you, you will not survive here in Kenya. If, for example, for me, I'm married into a Kikuyu family, so that is part of their, should I call it their meals? Sometimes it's even a staple food for Kikuyus. So you have to really get used to it. And for me, it took a longer time for me to adapt because it's just a mixture of beans and maize. And now I love it with all my heart. And then one other thing, you guys, that shocked me in Kenya is the number of people on the streets. As we speak right now, this street is very busy. There's just a lot of people. Ukitoka tu nje, you will not miss like 10, 20 people on the street. In Nairobi, it's even worse. You cannot fail to kutana with say 50, 100 people in just one street. Sometimes you even squeeze yourself to make way for others. That's how packed this place is. Estates, Nairobi, the city, it's just everywhere. There's a lot of people everywhere, and that is something that we don't have in my country because it's a small population. Sometimes you can just even walk a kilometer without seeing anybody on the street. And I saw one comment saying, Swaziland looks like it's a quiet country. It's quite peaceful, there's nobody, you know? Yeah, it's like that. It's usually very peaceful. Skia. Huku huwezi kosa mtu kwa street. That's how packed this country, this place is. And then another thing that shocked me is the noise. Hata saa you guys, tell me you can hear me very well without the noise here. This place is noisy. Nairobi, Kenya is very noisy. If it's not piki-pikis like this one passing, if it's not a matatu, if it's not a tuk-tuk, if it's not people, if it's not just people hooting, cars, matatus hooting, then it's kids playing, there's noise everywhere. You cannot fail. Like kama saa hii kuna kelele. Huwezi kosa kelele kwa hii Nairobi. So that's one thing also that shocked me. There's a video that I did at home, and I was just showing you guys how peaceful the place is. Even one in Manzini, how peaceful the street is. In Nairobi, it's not like that. You just need to get used to it. Even inside the matatu, they play full blast music. They play full blast music because that's the culture. Noise is just part of the Kenyan Nairobi culture. If you're not used to it, it can be a problem. If you're used to it, if you stay here for long, then it becomes a norm. Haya, siwezi ongelelea ng'ombe, hebu onyesha hiyo ng'ombe. Hata kwetu kuna kwanga na ng'ombe kwa barabara. That is not a culture shock. So that one is not shocking, yeah? We also have struggles with cows on the road. And then another thing, you guys, is the amount of hustling that happens in these Nairobi streets. You guys, when I first came here, I was just taking things slowly, easily, no hurry really, because I come from a country where we say there's no hurry in Swaziland. But coming to Nairobi, I've had to learn, even the hard way, I've had to learn to hustle because everybody is always one in a hurry. Everybody is always trying to do 1, 2, 3 to make money. People are always hustling, you know. If they're not selling something on the street, they are doing something else. You can find somebody just waiting or standing outside the shop. It's someone else's shop, but they are standing outside the shop, and those people are called brokers. He will hold your hand and ask you, "Aya, what can I help you with?" They'll pretend as if the shop is there. If it's not someone standing outside someone's shop and asking you what you want from that other person's shop and trying to negotiate a price with the owner of the shop so that you know he can get something from it, you know that's how they hustle. They are called brokers. It's someone else carrying, like that guy who's carrying ropes and you know what do you call brooms. If it's not that, it's that one passing by. There's always somebody hustling somewhere. There's another one selling stones for building. They are just busy doing different things. There's nobody sleeping here. I have never seen somebody complaining about work or about money because they always find something to do that will bring them income. Even if it's collecting garbage and taking it to a recycling area, they will do that. You see, I haven't even finished. Yeah, so that's the amount of hustling that goes on in the streets of Nairobi. And that is one good thing that I've learned as a Swazi who was taking things easy, taking things slowly, but I've learned the hard way that hustling is the only way that you can make it in the streets of Nairobi. And then one last thing that I want to talk about, you guys, is and then one last thing, you guys, that I want to talk about is the language. One difficult thing as a foreigner going into a foreign country is when it comes to language, yeah? It becomes even more difficult if you are coming from a country where only one language is spoken. Like for example, for me, I was not used to people speaking different languages at the same time. In a matatu, for example, you can go into a matatu here in Nairobi and you find people speaking Swahili, some people are speaking Kikamba, some people are speaking Kikuyu, any different languages at the same time. When you're trying to grasp this one, the other one is already speaking a different language to you. And then that becomes even more difficult when you're trying to ask for help, when you're trying to, you know, buy things from the market. That is a culture shock for me because some people, just by the mere fact that you are black, they assume that you understand one Kiswahili, and then it becomes even worse. The assumption here in this Nairobi and estates is that most people understand Kikuyu. So sometimes they even speak to you in Kikuyu, which is one of the tribal languages here in Nairobi, thinking that you understand. And it's a common thing because most of them, when you speak to them in Kikuyu, they understand. But that's the assumption that everybody has, that kila mtu anaongea Kikuyu, hata nikikuongelesha na Kikuyu ni lazima utanijibu. Unaona? So they assume that kila mtu ataelewa. And it becomes even more difficult when you have not learned the language at hand. And then still on the languages, it's even worse when you go to the villages. And for example, me being married to a Kikuyu, you cannot even be part of conversations because you don't understand. Sometimes it feels lonely until the time when you learn the language. And guys, with those culture shocks that I've experienced in my life here in Nairobi, I just want to end this video here and ask you guys to subscribe, comment, like this video. We support, guys. Let's make my channel get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the week. I mean, we are almost there. So yeah, guys, tuonane kwa video ingine. Peace. Bye. Oh, and guys, I'm coming to you in my Swazi inspired outfit. This is called Lihia in Swaziland, or Shuka. Here, there's different types. They come in different colors, in different prints. Some come with the lion, which symbolizes the king. Some come with the face of the king. Yeah, different designs. And this is a Swazi traditional wear. Yeah, bye.